A really important part of my job is to keep on top of trends. One trend that is my favorite trend right now is the green trend. So a lot of things I sell or find that is popular is anything that's green. I think partly because a lot of the bigger companies are making green things. Like there's a big trend right now with the checkered green look on everything, on t-shirts, shoes, a lot of things. And so I wanted to share a few of my things I found that are green. Also, there's a balance between what's trendy and that will sell, and what's a bad. There's so many trends. Could be bad trends. For me, the one trend I never got on top of was the signs with the letterings. I felt like that was gonna not be around too long. The green thing, I felt like I've always liked it, and now it's just been really popular in the mainstream. Okay, so the first thing I want to share is this rug. This design I've seen in beige and mauve and brown before, but never in green. So this was, for me, a really rare find. It was such a good price too. I found it at an estate sale, I believe. It's the pattern with the overlapping fish. You might know what it's about. I haven't done my research. I think it's a Scandinavian thing maybe, or but made in America. And I love this piece because the condition is so good, and the size is bigger than normal for these kinds of tapestries, and I know it will sell really well. It was actually in my personal collection for a really long time before I was able to let go of it, and I have it kind of like, I don't want to sell it price on here, so when it sells, it'll hurt a little less. So yeah. Okay, so next up we have this green pottery I found at Antique Mall a while back. Is also in my do not sell collection, but I'm gonna sell it now because I have too many ceramics and there's no more space at my home. And I want to make sure those of you who have been watching me for a while know that I don't edit my videos. I want to make sure it's all clear. Okay. So this green pot is so timeless, at the same time being really funky. I'll make sure again. Really timeless and funky, and I love the neon green part of it. And even if you put it next to like a serious piece of art, it just makes it just really goes still. Like this one, cool pop of color next to another pop of color art. This one is a more serious, darker painting, but it still works, and it just brightens up the situation. I have an olive green version. I believe these are probably 1950s and 1970s. They're just really nice, and the shape is amazing. I just love anything that funky. Next up, we have this. It's marked Denmark, so I think it's like a Scandinavian design. I like the green balancing with a contrast of orange and pink. I think it would look so adorable on a bookcase to add a pop of color, or in a kitchen. Maybe store your tea in it. Okay, next up we have this. This is called Namanji Pottery. I believe it's a company that was around in 1930s to 2000s. And it's funny because it looks like it's actually an American company that makes this. It was in Arizona, I believe, to draw in tourists for the area, because it looks very authentic, right? But it was made from an American company, and they're very nice, very swirly, and just adds a really vintage look to a room, with looking very authentic. Yes. Next up, we have this cast iron apple. It's just a funky piece of decor. I got it in Las Vegas Antique Mall. 2 tones of green, really heavy, and cast iron inside. So even if it's not practical, I just love it. If you like, it's a pop of color to any room. Very poppy, and it's a Country Cottage brand. It's just funky and fun. Or I'm sorry, is that the same thing? It's really funky while being very kind of like design oriented at the same time. It just adds some fun to a room. Okay, this is my second time filming this because the first time the video got blurry. So I might leave out a few things, unfortunately. I need to probably get a new camera set up. I'm basically new to this YouTube thing. I don't like editing my videos because I used to try to edit and I never got the information out there. So right now it's a long stream of information. So next up we have this green art. It's really big. It's probably one of the bigger pieces of art I found at a really good price while I was thrifting. And it's, I think it would fit into the cottage core trend too, while being green, because quilted things are kind of at the center of the cottage core thing, I think. And with green on top of that, I think I'm gonna make a pretty good profit on this. Anything that you find that's bigger for wall art typically really sells well for me. And I just love how this adds a really vintage, crafty vibe to any room. And the framing is great and it's in great condition, professionally framed on the back. And just a really good addition to any room. We use it to film all the time and it just works really well. Okay, and green actually translates into clothing too. So if you find some clothing that's green and it looks good, for me, it's been doing really well. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Watch my other videos talking about how I pick. I'm a vintage dealer in Seattle. I have a vintage shop called Big Whale Consignment. And we have a website, bigwhaleconsignment.com. We also are on Instagram, same tag. And we are trying to make it on TikTok. It's not happening yet, but we are gonna keep at it. Okay, I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.